Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your day. My name is Andrea Winn, and I have been called to be posting some videos and speaking about this situation of Trump being elected president in the United States. Very much affects the people in the US, but also affects everyone in the world because of the powerful and influential country that the US is within the world community. And although I work as a spiritual business coach, really I'm finding that what I'm speaking of is really coming from the activism work that I did in 2018 with the very successful justice activism project called Buddhist Project Sunshine, where we exposed the leader of a very influential global Tibetan Buddhist community as a sexual predator. And so that was very demanding work, and I learned a lot from it. And I find that a lot of the lessons that I learned from that are applying to the situation with Trump being elected president. So there is a lot moving within me, and I'm actually going to be making 4 videos this morning and posting them. And I think that this speaks to, first of all, me allowing what is really pressing within me. I am allowing it to come forward. And it's something that I think all of us need to do at this time. This is a time for beginning to allow more of our light to come forward and to help others, to help ourselves through the challenges that we are heading into. So please take my example of allowing, and I hope that you'll enjoy 4 very different videos that I'm going to be making this morning. So the first video, I would like to speak a little more clearly, abundantly about my view of Trump supporters. I really appreciate a comment that somebody left on my last video saying that he agreed with much of what I was saying, but didn't agree with my saying that Trump supporters are out of their minds. And so this is my starting point today. First of all, I did not mean any kind of disrespect or denigration of Trump supporters when I said that they are anyone that would elect Trump into office is out of their mind. First of all, I was brought up in a Tibetan Buddhist community in the United States, but nevertheless, I was socialized in a Tibetan Buddhist community. And in Tibetan Buddhism, there is no difference between the mind and the heart. So it's all the same thing. So it might be better to say anybody that voted for Trump was out of their heart. They were not connected with their heart. And so I would just like to speak a little bit about this. Um, if you think about a man raping a woman, unfortunately, very common. And a man who is either going to or is raping a woman, he is out of connection with his heart. He is likely in a lot of pain. He is likely in a desperate place to be able to be so disconnected and to harm another, a vulnerable other in that way. He would have to be very out of his heart. He's in that place of me, with absolutely no care or concern about the impact of his action on the woman that he is raping. And in fact, maybe there's some part of him that feels like he will gain something, that he will feel better if he rapes this woman. And so I'm talking just in a general way here, that is describing a basic place where most men are going to be if they're raping a woman. So I know that Trump, he really, really brought forward this me messaging, the feeling of me. And he tapped into desperation, people that have been really struggling and really suffering. He tapped in. And he really evoked this me, and we can do whatever we want, and we are going to take what we need so that we can have a better life. So I feel that that's a very similar mind state to the man raping a woman. And it's disconnecting people from their hearts. It's also potentially disconnecting them from their intelligence, to actually vote someone into office that has proven himself to lie, is a criminal, has harmed people, and has threatened people's lives on national TV. To vote someone of that character into office, I would suggest they are very much out of connection with their heart. They are out of their heart. And despite their being out of their heart, they are still responsible for their actions. They are responsible for casting their vote and putting someone who has proven themselves to be of that caliber into such um, a powerful and influential position where he will have a lot of impact on a lot of people, especially vulnerable people. So first of all, they are responsible for their action of casting that vote. And another point that I think is really important to make is that anybody who didn't vote for Trump is obviously in a lot better place than the people who voted for Trump. So let's acknowledge that. Um, People who didn't vote for Trump, they are connected with their hearts. They are more heart-centered. They likely have a greater sense of well-being. And they may not be financially better off than some of the desperate people that voted for Trump, but they haven't lost that very valuable connection with their heart. They still had enough well-being to not vote for Trump. And I'm not into like different political parties. So maybe they chose not to vote at all. Maybe they voted independent. Maybe they voted Democrat. But the fact is, like where I come from, you don't vote somebody into a position of power that has promised to do so much harm, so much really violence to particularly vulnerable people. That's where my line is. I am interested in protecting the vulnerable and creating a society that is really taking care of everyone. So I'm just going to check to see. I actually wrote a few notes to prepare for this video. Um, so, so it is us who are connected with our hearts, who are going to be the leaders for um, responding to the challenges that Trump will bring forward. We are the ones who are going to be actively working on cleaning up this mess. And we are likely going to have to be providing care and support and leadership for those who voted Trump into office, because I don't know that things are going to go just the way that they thought that they were going to go by making that vote. I suspect that we're just going to really have some very deep challenges ahead. And it is those of us who are heart-centered who are going to be providing the leadership in this 4-year period ahead. And so that is why now is really the time to prepare ourselves in the best way possible, to prepare ourselves to be in a strong, empowered, resilient place to meet those challenges and to be able to provide, really grounded, solid, loving, heart-centered leadership for this period ahead. So I'm going to wrap up this video here. As always, I really welcome you posting your thoughts and what my thoughts bring up for you, because I do believe that it is through dialogue that we will be able to create a rounder, more inclusive, more helpful vision for going forward. So I do welcome your comments, and I'm looking at how to adjust my lifestyle in order to be able to create more time to be able to read through comments and respond to them, because I'm really interested in being in this dialogue with you. So I am I am sending this entire message with love from my heart, sending love to your heart, and really looking at us joining our hearts together for this period ahead. And I know that we're going to be able to do some amazing heart-centered, love-based, really powerful work ahead. So I look forward to doing that with you. Thank you.